Hello, my name is Chris Whitten, and I'm here to deliver a speech on the proper way to transition from dating to marriage. The central idea behind this is that we're trying to prevent divorce and marital problems in the future. Divorce rates are so high, so we're hoping to pave the right path on how to transition from dating to marriage so that we can hopefully avoid the splitting of the marriage. So to start us off, I'm sorry, I wrote a small poem. And it says, from the smile on the first date to the parents' look when you brought her home late, from the day you got on one knee to the moment you said I do and filled her heart with glee. Oh, but a moment in time within a simple rhyme. We went from being alone to calling each other mine. Does anyone recall how exactly we went from summer to fall? Oh, let us review how our love went from a private matter to a public view. I'm sorry, had to do that. So I stand in front of you today, both with the experience that I currently have as I'm going through this process and with several resources that I've looked up from doctors and relationship experts that study all this. So we're going to try to find a correct way to do this so that we can all avoid divorce. My first main point is going to be about time, the time spent in that transition period from dating, how long we're there before we hit marriage. The second part, another key essential, is coexistence. Being married with someone means you're with them and you're unified and you're creating a bond and you're going to have to coexist amongst each other, which means so many more than one thing. And finally, we're going to make a reference to emotional balance, because emotions are very key to having a relationship with any human being at all whatsoever. So getting on topic one, we have time and patience. So with time and patience, time is a very golden key. When you're with someone and you're in a relationship, you have to say, okay, well, I'm in love with them and the passion is amazing and they're beautiful and they're smart and they're funny and that's great. These are all cool things. Maybe tomorrow you don't wake up that same way. Maybe a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now, you don't wake up and you feel that way. So we can't live in the emotional height that is that moment, because then we make decisions for a lifetime that were based off of a quick moment, a quick flare. So actually there was a study conducted by Andrew Francis and Hugo Milon at Emory University studying 3,000 married couples in the US. And they showed that less than 1 year was their reference point for relativity to divorce. Those that stayed together 1 to 2 years were 20% likely, and 39% likely for 3 plus years. So that was a study that was conducted based on, generally saying that those that spend more time together are less likely to divorce because they had all the time to learn the kinks and all the emotions and all the other things we'll cover in the speech. So my thing is patience always wins. You have to be patient. You have to allow the other person to flower, to explore all their feelings and their emotions and their goods and their bads, and these are the things that we have to watch as we go through this process. Allowing the bad to happen is another key thing, because while everything's fun, love, and every essence like that, we have to look for the bad. They got upset from something that wasn't caused by us, something externally, something they did. So we have to watch how they react to that. Maybe they react by breaking all the plates in the kitchen. Maybe they react to parking at the front door of the house instead of in the driveway. Whatever it may be, we have to watch, we have to observe that, because we have to know where our cushion window is as we move through life. When there's the issue, then it comes on to us to make improvements. Can we fix it? Can we fix the issue? Can we fix their handling? Or are they unbendable? Are they inflexible? So moving on with that, we start transitioning into coexistence. One day you wake up and you're the dog, and the next day, there you are together, and she's wrapped around you like a hat. Living together is exactly like this. This picture's captured so much, I loved having it. So living together is much like being glued to somebody, and everything that you did as yourself, by yourself, you had to do with somebody else. That's a huge sudden change. A lot of people can't handle it. What are the little things? Little things like routines, right? You get up in the morning, she's still there. Okay. You're brushing your teeth. Guess what? Oh boy, she's still back there as you're brushing your teeth. So we have these reactions, and you can have the funny stuff, but then you can have the real stuff like the household chores, which helps. Have someone to share that with, to share that burden. But then you also have to literally create your life to run alongside someone. And there's all these responsibilities that take place like that, from household chores to picking up people from work and various different things. And another one is managing and doing finances with each other. That becomes a huge thing that can also split relationships because money controls the world. It was stated in an article by Robert Tabby that it's all too easy to begin battling and power struggling from the start, or for both or one to walk on eggshells at the end. Neither is a good option. It's time for adult conversations to accept that this is a new challenge and a new stage in a relationship that needs to get sanely worked out. Thought that was a good little added piece there. It happens quick. I'll stay here shortly. You're here. You drive a cool car. You have your wife and your dog. And then we go to bills, and then we go to work stress, and then we go to chores. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot of transition. All in one slide, you see that life looks so great, and then all the things behind it, the spiky shell from behind, step in. Going to emotional balance. We have the way she reacts with you and the way she reacts with others. This can sometimes be conflicting. Maybe your emotions don't line up. That's something that also needs to be watched and learned and lived in the process of dating. As you're transitioning, you have to see and learn the balance of how she reacts around you, and maybe your coworker, maybe your best friend, maybe an actor. That's all need to be watched. And with that comes compromise and sacrifice. So this is a very common scenario for probably most of us. We're here, she's there, we're comfortable, she's uncomfortable, seeing us comfortable. And that's where we have to sacrifice and say, okay, well, it's time to help her out and give her what she needs as well. And we sacrifice in each other's schedules and do all we can. In this as well, we have sharing grief. Just like within the emotional balance, we go through loss, we go through bad things, we go through as many bad things as we can, and we have to deal with them together. And sharing grief is something to learn how one does that before you guys unify for life, because that is so key to learning how a person reacts. Butter point, you never give up, you always stay strong. You observe all these things we covered, you watch. If you never give up, and they never give up, the relationship stands side by side, and it breaks apart, or it doesn't. In this case, we hope it never does. So, time, coexistence, emotional balance, I think one of the three strongest elements in creating a dating to marriage.